Hello everybody and welcome back in this third lesson. Last time we saw a special and unique component of every camera, the digital sensor. Basically, the camera sensor is one of the most important aspects of a digital camera, as you have seen it. Of course, if you have some questions, don't hesitate to write them in the comment section below, as well as any request. Keep going with this series. Now we are gonna see other camera components, and I'm talking about the display, menu and main keys. But first thing, I wanna tell you a secret that nobody tells. Study your camera user manual. Yes, it's really important and useful to study the user manual, just to understand how your camera works and where to find every setting. So, are you ready? Okay, let's go. Every cameras have at least one display where to set and to check all cameras features. Professional bodies often have a second display with only some information, like the shutter speed, diaphragm, ISO, etc. Displays are fundamental in cameras, not only for setting a specific option, but for viewing taken pictures as well, or for accessing the main menu. Without display, using the camera will be a nightmare. Displays are small LCD monitor, in some cases are touch sensitive, so you can set some option touching the screen, or they can move like in vlog cameras where you can check yourself during a video recording. Usually cameras display are pretty bright, but under the sun it's hard to see well due to the reflections. Even with OLED display, the situation is pretty similar, even though a little better. Just to have a real example, this is the display of the Sony Alpha 9. As you can see, there are a lot of information like the shutter speed, ISO value, exposition compensation, aperture, mode, shoot number, image format, and so on. Understanding every single icon in the display is hard, but you need to know almost everything just to understand how your camera is set. In the display, you can see even what your lens is watching, and it's called in all the DSLR cameras live view. So, what you watch, you see in the display. Nowadays, mirrorless cameras show always what they see through the lens, even in the viewfinder. This is another lesson. In the Sony Alpha 9, the display can be moved only a little, like that. And to be honest, it's not enough for a professional camera like that. But it's also true that in 90% of times, you don't need to change it in nature photography. I mean, that usually you will not change really often the orientation of the display. Maybe just with macro photography, so with some insects or flowers. In this other camera, the Sony Alpha 9 Mark II, the situation is a little better, and it can be moved in other positions. As I said, with the main display in professional cameras, sometimes there's a secondary LCD display, like that can be really useful for checking the main camera settings. Coming to the nature photography, the main display is used for camera checking and settings, as well as when you are waiting somewhere for a subject, like a bird, or maybe you are recording a clip, so in situation like that it's really useful, but not when you are shooting, because in that case it's always better to use the viewfinder. Anyway, my typical usage of the display is checking the right camera level, the histogram for checking the right exposition, the battery's charge, and how many photos I can shoot with the memory card inserted. Then, of course, I check ISO, shutter speed, and exposition compensation, just in case there's still environmental light. Love and hate of every photographer. To be honest, I don't have any problem with menus, you only need to get used to it. Also, in this case, every company has its own menu system that usually is used for every camera. Cameras are like computers, and use them without knowing the menu is super hard. It's a tough work setting camera if you don't know the camera menu, so please give you the chance to read the user menu regarding the menu section. It's important to get familiar with the menu system, because it's from the menu that you'll be able to set every single aspect and or feature of your camera. Numerous Sony cameras have this kind of menu, split in different parts where you can access of every aspect of your camera. For someone it can be good, for others people not so good. But once you learn how to use it, it will be easy to check it, and remember that once you have set the main setting during shooting session, you will not change them. So for me, it's a first issue. Pay attention that other brands are not so different in terms of menu organization. As I said, read the user manual and try to understand what are the most used options, okay? Okay guys, I'll be straightforward. You need to know what function have the camera buttons. So let's check the user manual to figure out the meaning, and most important, let's try them, everyone. Anyway, every cameras have at least the following buttons: shutter button, menu access button, ISO button, EF on button, IL button, but some cameras have an asterisk or star button with the same meaning. Movie button, focus area button, diaphragm knob or button, exposition compensation knob or button, player review button, delete button, drag speed knob or button, display button, white balance button. Of course, every camera has a very own button set, so I can't make a complete list. Coming to our nature photography, try to guess what's the most used button. Come on, of course, it's the short button. You need only to shoot, and of course I'm joking, but not so much. Anyway, it's time to say goodbye, and also for today is all. I hope it was interesting, even though I'm aware that it's only the beginning and the most important things are going to come. Anyway, I wanna remind you to download the PDF file of this video, and I wanna remind you that's free. As I said, the 8 minutes YouTube nature photography course is free, and I only ask to subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and allow the notification bell for not losing every my new videos. As always, thanks for watching, see you next time, bye bye!